talk about now? My genius plan didn't quite work. I guess. Also, as for why I'm late, busy, very busy. I'm very busy, Johnny. Oh, there you go. You can see my beautiful visage now. No, you're seeing my naked, beautiful form. Be gone. In my 2 FPS glory, no less. Damned you, curse. Who gave you the right to see my beautiful image? Anyway, what was I on about? Something, presumably. Doesn't really work when I don't have good hands tracking. I guess you could add hands tracking to the model, presumably. I mean, that would look extremely weird by every possible measure, but maybe. Oh yeah, we got that creaking ASMR. I don't know what I want to do here, because I don't really want to play War Thunder no more, and I don't really want to play any other game no more, so I'm stuck here. In this hell of indecisiveness. Entirely of my own making, no less, but still. So what am I gonna do? I guess I could just talk about random stuff. It's not like I'm particularly busy with anything. Well, I mean, I am pretty busy. It's just I'm not particularly busy now to talk about anything. What could I talk about? There you go, you can see me scratching my back. Except, not quite. I mean, you can see my head go down. And then you get very freaked out as to what's going on. Yeah, as you can see, my face stand doesn't really like when I move around a lot. It's really very much configured pretty exclusively to be here. I really do need hands tracking. It doesn't really work without it, doesn't, because I'm constantly fucking around with my hands. And if you don't see that, then all you see is my mug. And well, as beautiful as I am, and I am very beautiful, peasant, it doesn't, really work that. Was I gonna say anything else? Probably not. Who cares? That song's stuck in my head. Help. I mean, it's not like there hasn't been a lot of stuff happening that I could talk about. It's just I'm not quite sure how intelligent talking about any of it is, particularly. Like, I'm not a drama channel by any meaningful measure. So, it doesn't really make sense for me to commentate on other people's suffering. Like, sure, if I wanted to milk it, I'm sure I can make 12 different op-eds on, what happened to the shoujo. God knows all the fucking drama tubers already have. Not that I'm a VTuber per se, I do have a VTube studio model, but to call it rigging primitive is a bit of an understatement. As you can see, I kind of got bored. It can move its head up and down, as you can see, rather well. It doesn't really do much more than that. I can't look side to side because I decided to do this weird 2/3 profile, which I thought would look well, and it does look good, as long as you don't attempt to animate it looking side to side, at which point you start realizing, hey, maybe not drawing the entire left side of the character's face isn't the best plan I've ever made. So, there's that. Oh, and there you go. I guess I may as well start talking about something political then, because Lord knows that's the only thing I'm good at. I guess we're gonna need some kind of, where's window capture? There's window capture. Don't you deny your emotions. Do not deny the fate that you have taken upon yourself. Capture cursor, capture audio, no thank you. Force SRD. Who are you calling SRD exactly? Who are you calling SRD, huh? No, who do you think you can call SRD? Anyway, hopefully I don't get myself doxxed by doing this. that would be quite comedic, and also probably fitting, but not... I also like how this, for some fucking reason, is something that's... Dog, what the fuck? Like, why is this the thing that's constantly on my toolbar? Or my Firefox, which is a fire that is Fox. I'm probably gonna switch over to Water Fox, because I'm bored. Because I'm bored. Hey, look at Gla. There's a place called Gla in Greece. It's a big fucking place, too. It's east of... Wait, no. Yeah, it's east of Orchomenos. It's today called Paliocastro, which is... Palaio-Castro, I guess, but... It's Paliocastro, really. It is very old. It's Mycenaean old, although as far as I know, there's even a Byzantine town in there. It's a big fucking place. It's very big. It's located on a piece of Lake Kopias. Lake Kopias, if you don't know, is the central lake that was in Boeotia. Or, well, I guess that's how you pronounce it in English. I don't know. I speak Greek and I speak English, but I don't know how you translate from Greek to English. Boeotia is is how you would say it in Greek, so just however you pronounce that in English, I guess. It drained in the 19th century. Funnily enough, it seems to have been drained in the Mycenaean period too, because there does seem to be a lot of drainage ditches around. Now, whether it's fully drained or not, different question. There does seem to be some measure of canals. I guess, yeah, there you go. It's a place called Gla. And, you know, it's, yeah. It's great. Kill yourself. You could see it. No, don't fucking save it as... God damn it. Where's Wikimap's thing? Anyway, there you go. Town of Castro. Yeah, it's slightly east of Orchomenos, which is the main site. If you ever traveled through central Greece, you're certainly going to see Orchomenos. If you don't, it's a little outcropping. This doesn't really capture it well. It's a little outcropping on a mountain, and it's the citadel of the ancient city of Orchomenos, most famous for getting absolutely obliterated by the Thebans. Here, this is Theba. Here, Theba, I guess, because it's a sound. It's like Chronos, so it's Theba. But I can read and speak Greek, it's just I'm not good at either. Heads up. So, you know. Although this is modern Thebes, as far as I know, the actual ancient Thebes is like here. Granted, very famously got burnt down by Alexander, but yeah, the Cadmean Citadel should be... Is Cadmean Citadel even marked on the map at this point? I don't know. Lacking topography is kind of a pain in the dick. Can you even see this over my fat ass? Just about, yes. What am I on about? Let's see. No, it's just asking for me to save something. I'm not gonna save it. Go away. Map. Topo terrain. What is this? Trans Global National Service. Big map. Please just open that. No, please stop trying to save it. Okay. You know what? Fuck it. We're going Google Earth. There you go. We're done. We gaming. Google Earth. We're gonna find... Oh, well, that's not really difficult to find. It's a massive fucking... It's one of the largest enclosed areas that we know of the Mycenaean. Like, the Mycenaeans had relatively small enclosed citadels. They're small, relative at least, to the Hittites, for instance. Their citadels are much bigger. Shut the fuck up. Stop asking to save stuff. I don't care. Go away. Oh god. Oh Jesus. Oh Christ. Anyway, like, for instance, the Hittite capital, Hattusha, didn't really have had a citadel, but not in the conventional Mycenaean sense. It's, I think, much better demonstrated if I... Oh god, we are getting very glitchy. Go away, and also, why are you... Is it just loading in stuff? I presume, maybe. Okay, thankfully it can't direct to my location, so I can't dox myself yet, but, haven't yet managed to dox myself, I am trying. Okay, yeah, you can see a lot more clearly, so, this is the Citadel of Orchomenos. You can see it jots out on this large ridge, and it's very obvious. That's what I'm trying to get across. You don't really get it unless you take a topographic look. But yeah, it's a very big city. Obviously, famously got burned down by the Thebans during the Peloponnesian War, the latter end of the Peloponnesian War. And you just go a couple kilometers east, right? And you get the Gla. And now where is the Gla? Good question. I'm sure I will remember. So this is the actual Copias. So it should be here, I think. It should be one of these outcropping. Yes. Okay. Yes. I am correct. It's just I'm not sure which outcropping it is. I think it's. So that's town of Cust. There you go. There you go. It's well, it's on a very big outcropping. You can see it's quite big, honestly. It's not small at all once you actually take a look at it. It's about the size of the village that is next to it, if you actually look at it. Which, for Mycenaean standards, that's big. So just keep how big Glai is relative to the local town, because I'm going to show you why is it this glitchy. What the fuck is wrong with this thing? What is it doing? Why is it this glitchy? Stop being annoying. Stop. Turn in-flight fuck off. I said fuck off. What is this? Mobile interface, increased contrast. That's all normal. Okay. That's fine. So, if you actually go and look at Mycenae, for instance, which is up here in the north, the city of Mycenae, the most famous, although not the biggest, funnily enough, Mycenaean citadel. It's Monastaki Mykonos. There you go. This is Mycenae. So the actual archaeological site of Mycenae, anyhow. I know it's not coming across that well. Might be more obvious if I turned on 3D. Oh, for fuck's sake! Why would you stop it? Dumbass shit. Fuck, I hate them. You can see this is the actual Acropolis of Mycenae. Then you have the lower town, obviously, which was in this valley mainly. This is the so-called Tomb of Atreus. This entrance here, if you're interested, it leads to a Tholos tomb. There is also one on this end. I don't recall visiting it, but you can see the actual citadel of Mycenae in this beautifully squished image is quite small. Like, if you look at it 2D wise, basically this entire hill is Gla. Gla is like this big. It's this entire hill, which for Mycenaean standards, that's a very big enclosed citadel. Actually, that's more of a full-on city, which isn't the case. For instance, Mycenae, Antinous, and Sparta. Mycenaean Sparta, actually, not that it's well known, but still we know where it roughly is in some of the buildings. They have this citadel that's surrounded by very thick walls, and then you have the actual city outside of them. Relatively similar to Minoan palace complexes, except where Minoan palace complexes are probably not defensive structures in nature. They comprise a few large courtyards surrounded by buildings that can be multi-story. Knossos is a good example. Mycenaean citadels don't have any of that. They're much smaller than Minoan palaces. They're also made of very thick walls. Like, the walls of Mycenae in certain areas can reach up to 7 meters thick. 7 or 5? One of them, anyhow. And they're defensive structures, first and foremost. They contain palaces, stockpiles, granaries, and the workshops of the artisans that lived inside of the actual citadel, along with burial grounds. For instance, Mycenae Citadel contains the Circle B, which is the oldest circle. Well, outside of the actual citadel proper is Grave Circle B, which is older than Grave Circle A, which is inside the walls. Those are shaft graves that then make a closed round courtyard, basically. I don't think I'm getting it across very well. They make a circle, so it's an enclosed circular area with a small wall around it, with a single entry point, and then the shaft graves are dug mostly haphazardly around there. So the shaft graves of Circle B are older. They're from the Middle Bronze Age, so they're from about the time Mycenae got founded. I think the oldest ones are of the 17th century that we know of, anyhow. And then by the 15th century BC, you already start to see a transition from Grave Circle B outside into the walls of the actual, at least at that time, contemporary citadel of Mycenae. So from around 1450 BC onwards, it's in use up until the it's in use, unclear how long it's in use. Probably about 100 years before the fall of Mycenae. So imagine like 1190 is our common understanding when Mycenae likely got burnt. Although there seems to be inhabitation on the site even a bit later. But at least the citadel is burned violently. It seems to be man-made, although it could be natural, obviously. It's sometimes difficult to tell. So it was probably used up until around, give or take, 1250, I'd say, roughly. I'm entirely guesstimating this. This is just from what I remember reading, and that was years ago. So take any of the knowledge I say here at your own peril. But obviously, so there's those two grave circles. But beyond that, the actual fortress is impressive, even for medieval standards, far less Bronze Age standards in Greece, especially considering what came before it. But it's not really big. It's not a city in the sense that there's a city wall surrounding it. There near certainly would have been some kind of wall. Whether it would have been defensive or not, I'm not entirely sure. I don't think I recall exactly. But for instance, the lower city Mycenae definitely has some kind of ditch or wall around it. Now, I'm not, again, sure whether that is a defensive wall or if it's just like a drainage ditch, because, rain and all that. I don't know. But Gla is very different in that it seems that the actual city was behind the wall, so strange. Strange. Oh, you can see old Epidauros, which is actual Epidauros in all its 10 frames per second glory. This is beyond 10, this is like 2 frames per second. So, yeah, I guess that's the site of Mycenae and Gla. I don't know why I went on this strange tangent. Don't know, actually. Don't really know anymore. If you're ever in the region, make sure to go to Epidauros. It's a very nice place. It's a very physically nice place, and it's quite cool compared to the rest of the Peloponnese, which get very hot. Granted, I went early October, so it was still kind of summer-ish temperatures around there, but especially in the Peloponnese, you don't want to go at the heat of the season, at the top of the season. So like June, July, avoid the Peloponnese if you can, unless you're planning on obviously doing things like bathing and that. Then it's great, obviously, because the Sardonic Gulf gets comedically warm and comedically polluted because Athens. But at least, if you're interested in actually touring the Peloponnese, you're gonna get heat stroke. That's it. That's all the interesting stuff I have to say. There you go, there's Sparta. I hate Sparta. Sparta sounds better. In the local dialect, it is actually still called Sparta. Sparta, but that's basically the thing. And you obviously have all the other famous cities of the Peloponnese, like Pylos, which was largely abandoned throughout most of ancient history. Methone, obviously very famous. If you know anything about medieval Greek history, so about the Byzantines, you definitely know about Methone. Um, the city of Messana here. Kalamata, if you've ever seen the olives, very famous, but Messana is also there. This is Messana, if you're interested. It has an airport, so it's quite easy to get to. You can actually see it's on an outcrop. I don't. Well, you can't see it. It's on an outcrop, believe me. Um, also, there is the largest Dark Age site is somewhere around here. I don't exactly recall where. It's on one of the ridges of this region. But it's basically one of the few archaeological sites from the Greek Dark Age we have. Now, obviously, you have the city of Megalopolis, Tripoli. Tripoli is much later city. Megalopolis. Megalopolis, if I'm speaking Serbian. Um, so, quite famously, it's a city built by the Fijians and the Leontians to act basically as a common city to oppose the Spartan, and that fell apart very quickly. Uh, it's an interesting founding story if you ever want to read about the latter days of the uh, Spartan Theban War. So after Leuctra, but before the what's the battle in which Epaminondas is killed? I don't recall. It's somewhere around here anyway. So during the Theban hegemony, the city is built. Modern city, as far as I know, traded basically nothing with the ancient one. Just saying, it's an interesting story. And then obviously there are other very famous places, like very famous places like Alida here. No, that's Ella. Obviously I don't need to say about Olympia, but the city of Ellis is also very famous. I can't recall exactly where it is though, because my brain doesn't work much. Might be uninhabited these days. I don't know. I don't recall. So obviously the major city, port city of Patras here, Patra. Um, wait, why is it pronounced Patras when it's Patra in Greek? I guess English might take the. No, that doesn't make any sense. As would be Patras would be a masculine first declination. That doesn't make any sense. You know what? Don't think about it. Obviously, Kefalonia. So the Quintos Kefalonia, and then the stupid one, which is, whose name I constantly forget. Lefkandi. I know that. And then obviously you have the city, the island of Corcyra or Corfu in modern parlance. And obviously you know, we have a couple Albanian cities. They used to be important in the ancient era. Ain't that important now? And then obviously, why am I doing a geography lesson on Greece? Why am I doing that? I have no clue. I've gone utterly mad. Obviously, you have Thebes, you have. This is nowadays considered part of Macedonia. As far as I know, historically, it wasn't really, it was just its own land. And obviously, you have Macedonia, which is this bit, like between like Ceres and then obviously Veria and Edessa here, and Thessaloniki. 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 There you go. Thessaloniki. There, and obviously you have Thrace, which is this bit, which is also Edirne, so Yedrene, or the city of Adrianople, if you've ever heard of that. And this basically the entire region between the Rhodope and the Balkan Mountains, and the sea is Thrace, and it's a very big, very fertile, very politically divided region, but it's historically very fertile. And then obviously you have the city of Istanbul, which is Constantinople, was known up until 1922 legally as Constantinople. Obviously, why it's called Istanbul is kind of debated. Some say it's from the Greek saying Istinpolis, or Estinpolin, actually, because third declination. Because the declination, if you declinate it in the third declination into dative, you get in. Shut up, and then it's a contraction of that. Some say it isn't. Who cares? It's irrelevant, really. And yeah, in the ancient Greek world, the city of Byzantium is there. It falls out of favor pretty quickly. It's just not that important. But there are actually sites. Actually, the Marmara Sea, the Sea of Marmara, I guess I should say, during classical antiquity isn't really that well settled. The biggest city in the Bronze Age around here is the city of Troas, or Troy. And Troas is here. So, it's one of these, anyway. But if I can try to recall for luck of me where it is. I think that might be Troy. No, it's just a random hill. Hi, random Turkish farmers. You doing fine? You having a nice one? It's somewhere around here, okay? It's somewhere. Yes, Troy here, apparently. It's somewhere around here. It's this is a Troy Museum, a Troy Park, the city of Troy. My God, the ancient city of Troy, which throughout most of classical antiquity, at least during the Roman period, was basically a amusement park. A similar fate actually befell Sparta. It was also turned into an amusement park. So there you go. You know, the actual archaeological site of the city of Sparta itself is wholly unimpressive. It's the city of Sparta, if you know your history, isn't really a city in the conventional sense of a polis. It's 5 villages that happen to have gotten together, really, and that's basically it. I wonder if it's capturing. No, it's not. Okay, good. I'm just doing something in the background. Don't worry about me. Yes. Okay. All fine. Oh, there I go. There I fucking go. And yeah, you know, as you go down the coast, you get the city of. Well, it depends on what you call it. Like today, it's obviously Smyrna used to be the old name for the place, but that's not really in use anymore because it's kind of contentious. One of the largest sites from the Aegean Dark Age, if you're interested. It was the only real thing that can be meaningfully called the city. There's also the village of Kandi from the Dark Age that's kind of famous these days. Although it's by modern standards very much is a village, so you know you just Kandi is just east of Halkis if you're interested. Is it? How's it pronounced in English? Because obviously in Greek it's Halkida, but Chalkis? I guess it should be because the CH in English usually means Chalkis, right? It's a ch sound, so I presume. Yeah, so the city of, you know, that Izmir. I'm not gonna. The island of Samos with the city of Samos on it, quite famous. Did I say Samos? Izmir was known as Samos. It wasn't. I don't recall what it's called. Jesus Christ. And then obviously you get the cities of Heraclitus, or the city from where Heraclitus is. Anyhow. God, Halicarnass. It's called Halicarnass if you're interested. What? Oh, my brain is completely fried. Jesus Christ. What am I saying? And then as you move east, you get to the city of Sparta, which is Sparte, or it's sometimes called Sparte in Greek source, in medieval Greek sources. Not really an important city in classical antiquity, although it's noted as being inhabited in classical antiquity. But Sparta is quite famous for in the in Byzantine history. The city of Sparta is quite famous because the Spartans themselves, they were a rough hill folk that didn't really assimilate fully into the Greek world. So they were considered barbarians, and obviously had a lot of emperors who were from Sparta. Very, very silly emperors as well. It's a whole clown car of just different warrior emperors that came to power in Sparta and did various wacky shenanigans, including getting brutally murdered and brutally murdering a majority of the clergy in a fierce pogrom effect. But we're not getting into it. I guess that's all I have to say about the ancient Aegean. Let's talk about, I don't know, Sierra Leone. Sure, why not? My favorite country on earth, Sierra Leone. It's where they got Ebola. Ebola. I'm laughing, but a lot of people died. Shame on me for laughing at such horrible disease, genuinely. Oh, do you know that Monrovia has an entire fucking island dedicated to chimps with HIV on them? Not joking, there's genuinely somewhere around here the island of apes. It might be Bali Island. It's one of those islands, and anyway, all the apes on it have AIDS because it was a center for AIDS testing, and they just left the monkeys there. And so every monkey has AIDS down there, and it's hell on earth. Monrovia in general seems like a hellish place to be. Like, even beyond just Liberia being Liberia, like Monrovia seems like hell on earth. Cote d'Ivoire. Oh my god, that says Ivory Coast with the city of Abidjan in there. My god, and then we get to the tomato country, Burkina Faso, which Burkina Faso is an interesting state anyway. It's where that Pomore, what's the guy called? Anyway, he's the dictator of that place and is famous for tomatoes and losing land to the Islamists. And you obviously get Mali and Chad and Niger. It's pronounced Niger. I'm not gonna get banned. It's pronounced Niger because that's a sound. I'm not sure. It's some French bullshit anyhow, so it's pronounced stupid because only the French can name a city and then not pronounce half the letters in its name. That's a great place. Yeah, let's name Molyneux. Actually, oh, you think that's called the city of Montpellier? No, it's actually it's the city of Oh, you think that's called Arles? No, it's called Avignon? That's called Avignon. No, I'm sorry to break it to you. Toulon? That's called Top. Narbonne? That's called Narbonensis because France is an illegitimate state and all the land belongs to the Romans. Oh, what's that? You thought that's pronounced Carcassonne? No, that's called Caca. The city is called Caca. I hate French names. I hate them so much. I don't hate the French language. I'm not one of those cringy people who hate on the French for some reason, but holy shit, people, get your fucking get your goddamn language in order. What the fuck do you mean Petucle? And it's not pronounced Petucle, it's pronounced Pericles or some shit. Or Benya. And it's actually pronounced Berghoff. Berghoff on mine. La Rochelle. Oh god, the Rock. The Rock of French Protestantism that got very brutally fucked with Cardinal Richelieu. No, no, Lahara is gonna fall. Don't do it. Don't do it, Colonel Silver. Please leave Lara shop. No, I'm gonna destroy them. Oh, Saint Nazaire. There you go. That's the city that very famously floods all the time. Wait, no, that's between. Is it the city that floods all the time? I think it is. There, it's one of them. Ile de Avance? No. No, no. I thought it's in Saint Nazaire. I guess I'm wrong, maybe? I'm certain that it's not, though. Where is that city that gets flooded like half the time? You know, the one with the big fucking spire and all that. So one of you parts is it? 2 FPS. Oh my god. No, it's not. What the fuck? I was certain it was somewhere on here. I guess I've gone completely mad. Wait, where is Sun? Is there? I thought it was here, wasn't it? Should be somewhere around here. Maybe it's up here? No. What the fuck? It's nowhere to be found. They goddamn gaslit. Oh, wait. Is that it? That is... maybe it? I don't know. No, that's not it. I'm being denied my city. The Disney castle was built on that, based on that city, if you're interested. Oh wait, it might be this place instead. I know it's some kind of place bordering Brittany, and they constantly complain over whether it's a part of Brittany or not. Count of Monte Cristo or some shit. It lives here, I guess. Yeah, the Count of Monte Cristo, don't worry about it. Is it this place? It might be this place. It's definitely not that place. This place is too early for that. It's somewhere around here, anyhow. Let's not think about it too much. Oh, it's Mont Saint Michel. Why did it take me that long to realize? Yeah, it's Mont Saint Michel. There you go. Welcome to the Disney Castle. Population, nobody. Go away. The locals just want you gone. Please fuck off. Oh, look at the steel pool. What? Why is it written like that? Oh, I got it. Why is it written like that? Why is the steel pool written like that? Who made that? Who made that decision? Oh god. Pool, I love pool. Burnmouth. What the fuck are these names? Like Christchurch makes sense. Burnmouth. Bear Cross. The fuck off, that's not a real place. Westmoors, I'm pretty sure that's a place in Tolkien's books. Studland, fuck off. Swanage, eat a dick. Kimmeridge, fuck off. Wrexham, that's real not. That's a horrible place, unfortunately. Weymouth, Dorchester, ugh. Wakeham? I've never heard of that place. Yarmouth, oh my god, that's the place from... so if you don't know the name, the place in New England is called Yarmouth. It's called Yarmouth because of the city of Yarmouth on the Isle of Wight. And it's also, the city in New England is the place where one of Racist McRaciston's horror novels takes place. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, and Newport's a really large city on the Isle of Wight. Don't know why they write it that stupid way, and then obviously you get Southampton, which is the one place that kind of looks like a city. And then the rest of the English countryside does not exist because everybody's moved to London. How beautiful. Because it's not urban sprawl if it's intended. Learn how to beat them down with this one simple trick. It's not urban sprawl if I say it isn't. obviously the cities Cardiff, Bristol, Newport. By the way, did you know Bristol used to be the largest slave trading hub in all of Britain? And I don't, and it kept that reputation for a long time. Like, it's known since the Vikings, at least, Bristol was a major slave trading port, and it continued to be all the way up until slavery was abolished, funnily enough. So there you go. Now we have all these godforsaken places like Slough. Slough. Don't you just want to live in a place called Slough? Like, what's wrong with the English? Slough doesn't sound like a place you want to live in any language. You tell an Aboriginal who doesn't even know what a town is that you live in a place called Slough, and the first words coming out of that poor man's mouth is, "I'm sorry for you." Why would you name a city Slough or Ipswich or Cambridge? That's stupid. Or Bedford or Northampton or Corby, excuse me, Peterborough, Kings Lynn, bullshit, Norwich, horrible, Great Yarmouth. Pick a Lovecraft character already. You can't name everything about Lovecraft characters. Birmingham, what the fuck is that? Wolverhampton, that's not a real place. Dudley, I know what you are. Kidderminster. What the fuck are these names? Kidderminster. For every name I kind of recognize and know, like Coventry, Birmingham, Leicester, Northampton, Bedford, Luton, like Enfield, London, all of those. Then you hit me with fucking Kidderminster. What the fuck do you mean Kidderminster? The fuck out of it. At least Rochester sounds English. Kidderminster just sounds like you're a sex offender. Like the place you force all the sex offenders to go to. Like, what the... Who named it Kidderminster? I'm sure it means something in Anglo-Saxon. It's just fuck off. No. Herefordshire. Gloucestershire. And no clue how you pronounce that one. Rochester, I know. That's Rochester, right? Where's the other city that's unpronounceable? Worcestershire. Where's Worcestershire? It's like up north, isn't it? Manchester. Liverpool. Southport. Bolton. Stockport. Quite far from fucking port, isn't it? Conwy Bay. Fuck up. Caernarfon. Am I supposed to say Caernarfon? I have no clue. I really have no clue. How do you pronounce that? I'm famously not very good at pronouncing French. Well, not famously. I don't think anybody except me knows that I can't pronounce Welsh names, but you know. Caernarfon? Oh, it's Caernarfon, isn't it? Ah, yes. Oh, yes, I'm smart. What is this place called? Great Shitstain and Fart. Menai, apparently. Bangor. Bangor. Holy shit, Bangor. I gotta write that down. Bangor is an absolutely amazing name. Holy shit, Bangor. Next D&D evil character I'm making is getting called Bangor. No fucking way. I'm not going to the... Bethesda? Bethesda? That's a video game studio. You can't do that. That's copyright, you fucker. Conway. Also, that's not Conway. That's Colwyn Bay. How do you pronounce that? God knows. Like this. How do you pronounce... Bontelwith? Bontelwith. Bongerstown, I guess. Why couldn't you name it like Anglesey or like Holy Island or Holyhead? What would you name it? Would you have to name it that? Would you have to name it that? You fucker. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you Irish motherfuckers? Why do you have a language? Why do you have an unpronounceable godforsaken language? On today's episode of I Can't Fucking Speak, we try to speak Deutsch. Deutschland, my favorite land of the Deutsch, except similar but different. And Grottingen. Oldenburg. Is that Bremen? That is Bremen. Ah, I remember my geography somewhat. Cuxhaven. Can't name that. Bremenhaven. Hamburg. I know that place. That's where they make the stupid fucking hamburgers, isn't it? I'm waiting for the applause. Where's my applause? That was the best joke you ever heard. Fuck you. Flensburg, the last capital of Nazi Germany, funnily enough. Rostock, Lübeck, Weimar is here, if I recall correctly, somewhere in this sleepy bit here. Like, it's, I think, somewhere between Leipzig and Berlin. Might actually be even more south than that. Zwickau, Chemnitz, Dresden, that's the place I got fucking burned. Görlitz, and then you obviously have Wroclaw. And where is the city of fucking... That's Görlitz, right? It's Zittau, there's Zittau. Luban. I love these names. So if you don't know, after World War II, the Polish got this large bit of basically most of Eastern Brandenburg and all of Silesia and Prussia and Pomerania. And the first thing they did is they had to rename it to be Polish names instead of German names. However, here's the problem. A lot of Poles didn't live that far west. Like Poznan, that's about where most Polish settlement historically ended. Around this line. So when they got to this easternmost bit, they just started inventing names effectively. Well, they didn't start inventing names. They just took. Here's Kolzberg, but it's Kolosbreg in Polish because, you know, obviously it's this, or this, which is the city of Stettin, if you're interested, but wouldn't fucking guess it from the name. You know it's bad when somebody who can speak a Slavic language can't even begin to guess what the fuck that thing's called. Stettin. Fuck off. Beat gods. Fuck off. Fuck off. That's, you know, as much as I'm not one of those cringe people that, like, think, oh my god, I love Germany, oh my god, Königsberg, yeah. Also, come the fuck on. Just name it Stettin. Or Stettin. If you need to make it Polish sounding. Like, don't do whatever this is. Please. Or Svinushce, which sounds like piglet in Serbian at least, but I think it's not supposed to sound like that. Why is there a circle in the middle of here? Why is there a circle here? By the way. Volgas, you know. Kolzberg. Gdansk. There you go. Next it's Nina. I don't think that's how you pronounce it. Gniezdo. Now to everybody who lives in Gniezdo. Hopefully you like being birds. Krakow, Lvov. Where's Lvov? There is Lvov. It's in Poland these days. It's in Ukraine these days, never mind. Fun fact, do you know that the Rusyns, the population who live in Ruthenia, actually there's more Rusyns in Vojvodina than in Ruthenia these days, because of very bad genocides that were very cruelly committed against them. There's no fun way of ending that sentence. That's just sad. Europe, it's a funny place that funny people live in, except not really funny most of the time, just genocidal. Kiev, I like Kiev. Kiev is a fun place. I'm not pronouncing it as Kiev, I don't care. fact, do you know what's the largest delta in the world? And no, it's not the Nile. It's a mix, depending on how you classify what a delta is, between the Lena's delta, which is this fucking thing here. You can see it's very big. This entire thing is the delta of the Lena River. It's very, very big. It's between that and the Yukon Delta down in, well, not down really. Fucking dog barking outside. I wish she got eaten by something. Not the Yukon Delta, this fucking delta here. This place, which is the largest one if you consider this entire area to be a delta, which some do, some don't. It's not really clear, you know, because it's technically two kind of rivers. So, Saint Michael, I love Saint Michael. Godwin. Oh no, excuse me, Golovin. That's the guy from Mildenry. Ketchikan. I think that's... presumably it's not called ketchup. I love ketchup. I love ketchup. I love ketchup. You ever think what living in Benton City or whatever the fuck this place is called is like? I don't know, it seems interesting to me. The city of Pasco, apparently, on the Columbia River. Presumably where the Snake River meets Columbia. Wait, no, the Snake is this one, isn't it? Yeah, this is the Snake. Boise, oh my god, that's Idaho. Oh, I love Idaho. Anything goes on in this northern bit of Idaho? Do they just, like, park there? Does anybody live here? Is like older just for decorate? Well, no, there's clearly somebody living here. It's a valley with fields in it. But... oh, the city of Ritz. Good. Banffin National Park. Flathead National Park. Not even pronouncing that. Vancouver, my god. Olympia, my god. Let's go to Seattle, the city of dreams, city of lights, immortal, city of lights, city of magic. Okay, I've been playing way too much Morrowind recently. That's because I'm stupid. Let's go to fucking Seattle. Drop me down, baby. Let's try not to get fuck off. Are not available. Here, try different fuck off. My god, it's a city. Probably gets quite a lot of rain. If I had to guess, the Arcadias are kind of famous for that. Or the Cascades, I guess. The Cascadias? What's it called? Fuck off. I actually don't recall what's these mountains called, because the entire Pacific Northwest is named after them, right? Yes, just reset me north, please. Why'd you even ask that? It's the Mount Rainier. No, that's not the mountain. No, go away. I hate you. No. Yeah, I think it's the... I don't know. Who cares? It's a place. It's a place, and as far as I know, it's a nice place to live as long as you ignore all the other people living there. Florence, Coos Bay, Rosenberg, Grants Pass, Menford, Ashland. The great fucking marketing pitch. Move to Ashland. That's a great place. That's definitely not next to Red Mountain. No. What do you mean? The ancient fucking Dunmer stronghold of Ashland. No, never heard of it. No. Dreamers, demons, Daedra. None of that here. None of that here. None of that here. The active volcano, that's fake. That's not real. That's not real. That's not real. Redding. There we go. We got back to Redding. What do you think they do in the actual valley, California? Because anybody who talks about California is either talking about San Francisco, San Jose, or Los Angeles here in fuck. What goes on in this bit? What goes on? Oh, what goes on around Fresno? Does anything go on around Fresno? I have no clue what goes on around Fresno. I know there's a city called Bakersfield somewhere around here. So I presume Bakersfield has a lot of bakeries in it. What do you do here? Do you just farm? Is it just a farming settlement? Also, I like how you can't tell how large a city is. Just because everything in the US is so comedically spread out. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Why is Sacramento that large? Why does LA count as a fucking country onto itself? Look at it. Look at how large it is. It's consumed everything. It goes all the way to San Diego, for fuck's sake. There's a continuous line of buildings all the way there. What the fuck is wrong with you people? It's a country-sized region. Tijuana, my god, that's where I got a Brazilian bump. I was about to say something a lot stupider, but then common sense prevailed. Incredible. Anyway, that's my legally mandated 10 minutes of speaking about random stuff. SEO, I guess. Sorry for the dog shit streams as recent. As I've said, a lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff gonna keep going on. For the next 2 months, matter of fact, it's gonna be very silly and I'm probably gonna jump out the window. See ya, and have a nice one, maybe.